Right then, friends, we are back inside the building. This is Breakfast with KXVU. Thank you for joining us this morning. We are live on the line with man like Chowerman. How are you doing this morning? So it's not Chowerman, it's Chowerman. You told me that this morning and I got it wrong.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to get you back on the line. Obviously, you were on the show last year, so this is going to be a bit of a catch-up, I feel. So, yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, man. A lot's happened since then. I think the last time I was on, Balamoria had just been released.
Yeah, it had, and we had a nice, intense discussion about the music video. Then I saw the music video that evening, and it was great. It really, really was.
It didn't disappoint, did it?
No, it didn't disappoint, man. I mean, it's this is what I've always kind of liked about you, though, man. When in regards to the way you put yourself out there, you very rarely do disappoint. Like, you always deliver. You're very consistent with all of these things. Like, is that something you'd say you've always kind of had, that kind of need to be consistent?
Yeah, man. I try and keep it engaging. Try and keep it fresh. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like gassing something up that's under par.
Definitely. No, yeah, I fully feel that, man. I fully feel it. And I think it's I think it's important to kind of understand that as an artist, because I feel once you kind of put it out there that this is going to be a massive thing, and then if it isn't, it's quite hard to win people's trust back a lot of the time.
Exactly. You get serial gassers that are serial disappointers, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so realistically, that's very, very true. Very, very true. So, okay. Yeah. Kind of with this, then, obviously, it's a bit of a catch-up interview, so we're not going to go into kind of like background and kind of like roots into music and stuff like that, because we've already done that, and you can check all of that out over on CubCamTV. The full interview's on there and on the podcast as well. So what we're going to be doing today is kind of looking at 2020 more than anything else. Like, as a year, kind of so far, how have you found things?
Obviously, it's been a turbulent year, but I've got a recording set up in my house now, so I can stay productive. To be honest, the last 6 months, since lockdown really came into effect, I've just been working on single after single, just trying to make bangers, really.
Nice, man.
And I've got about 8 singles just sat in the pipeline. Probably going to try and release them maybe one a month, one every 6 weeks for the rest of the year into next year.
Awesome, man.
So, just trying to stay productive, man.
I was going to say, with that then, do you feel, kind of with that, do you feel having all that extra time really has kind of been given you the opportunity to kind of push on and get those kind of singles out there, like in regards to the recording process?
Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. I'll probably up my work rate in terms of tunes, and obviously there's less radio sets, so I was spending quite a lot of my time last year, kind of perfecting the kind of delivery aspect, going to radio 3-4 times a week, whereas because there's been no radio, I've just been concentrating on making tunes. So yeah, man.
Awesome. That's good to hear, though, and I think it's transferring that we were saying this off air before we came onto the show, that idea of kind of transferring that energy that people are spending on radio and kind of making sure you are able to record at home, getting hold of the setup that kind of puts you in that position. Like, how have you found, more than anything else, being your own engineer?
I actually love it, mate, to be honest. I can do 50 takes to get absolutely perfect, and no one's kind of giving me evils because they want to go home and eat their dinner.
Have you had that happen before with engineers then, when it's just
no.
obviously not naming names or anything like that, but have you had it where it's been a case of you're kind of sensing in the room that they're ready to leave?
Yeah. But to be honest, it's more like settling for something that isn't perfect. You know what I mean? After maybe 10 takes, on my 10th take, I'll just be yeah. Usually I'll do it in less than that, but sometimes, yeah, you can sense that they're getting a bit tired and you're kind of being a bit of a burden on them. So it's just about getting a perfect product without being long to anyone. Do you know what I mean?
No, I feel it, man. I fully feel that. And I feel as well, a lot of engineers will never say. They will just kind of sit there and just kind of go, okay, cool, let's do another one. Okay, fine, let's do another one. And you can always kind of feel it in the room, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So obviously, kind of with that, then you've been putting a lot of work in recording wise. So with that, then would you say you've almost leveled up in your kind of studio ability in regards to how to project in that studio setting? Would you say you've kind of found your rhythm a lot more?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just because I've only been recording about 2 years or so. This year, I say, is really. I've learned to make proper tunes in it, recording properly, just on my own, really.
Yeah.
So it sounds clean before I send it even off to get mixed and mastered.
Yeah, that's wicked though, man. I think that's a good position to be in, and I think as well, again, from that kind of engineering perspective, to kind of know that the person obviously you're sending it to mix it, to get it mixed and mastered, he must kind of know at this point that you've got the routine, you're sending stuff over, and it's not a difficult task to work with. It's one of those ones where it's it's nearly done to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. It makes his life easier, I think. But I'm sending him so many tunes. He's like, "What, another one? What, you've made another one? Really? All right, fair play. All right, cool. Yeah, give you a few weeks. Yeah,
nice. That's sick, though. I mean, kind of to break it down. Then, I mean, you had a busy year, looking like a busy year before lockdown kind of came in. So, how many singles have you put out so far this year?
I put out an EP in end of January, and then I think 2 singles since then, and I've got another one that's coming early next month called Like My Bud.
There we go. So so it's a solid kind of like 7, 8 tracks in total so far?
Yeah, it'll be 9. It'll be 10 tracks as of the beginning of next month. So 9 so far.
9 so far. I mean, that's a heavy kind of work rate, and obviously considering everything that's been going on, like in regards to kind of promotion and more than anything else, kind of the idea of like music videos and things like that. Have you found that to an extent that's been a lot more? Obviously, it's been a lot more difficult. But have you found it's almost? Have you found it having a negative impact on the responses to tunes when you're putting them out there?
To be honest, Giddy Up, which was I think the first song that I put out in lockdown, was my biggest tune. So, not really. Yeah, if anything, yeah, Giddy Up did pretty well from my like online promotion. Obviously, it's a bit long. I couldn't do interviews, couldn't go in, do face-to-face stuff, but it didn't really seem to hinder me too much. So, yeah I'm happy, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I feel that, and I think as well, and I get this kind of energy from you anyway, in regards to kind of making the most of what a situation is. We've seen a lot of people kind of dive into sort of newer, more unorthodox sort of promotional techniques. We've seen a lot of people try different things that they wouldn't necessarily have tried before. Like, what would you say you've been doing differently in regards to promo because of lockdown?
To be honest, I don't know, I've always focused quite heavily on visual content even before lockdown. So I've just been, I think with music nowadays, I saw a Gets interview the other day and he was like, it doesn't exist if it's not on YouTube. And I felt that because it makes it so much easier to promote music if you've got a video or a solid visual behind it. Even if it's like a little thriller vid or something, Triller, whatever it's called. Yeah, man, I don't know, the next few months I keep on getting told to move to TikTok, start promoting my stuff on TikTok. I'm still a bit unsure about that.
Yeah, but it's a funny one, bro. You know what it is? Everyone who's kind of, I feel everyone who works in kind of media or music of some kind, at some point has been told by a friend, you should probably get on TikTok and do that. And it's a weird thing to kind of consider, isn't it? It's almost like, what?
Would you if you were me?
I would if I was you, purely because I feel there's a good level of kind of character to a lot of the videos you put out there, and a lot of the kind of lyricism you use. There's a good amount of character to it, which people naturally connect with, which does make sense in regards to doing TikTok sort of stuff. I would say yes.
Okay, yep. Next tune, CXVU approved. I'll be there. I'm on TikTok.
There we go. Bear in mind, I don't have TikTok myself, but I just feel like it's one of those ones. I just feel like it would be a good thing to kind of match up with the sort of sounds you're working with, I feel.
No, next tune we're moving with TikTok.
There we go. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get into the first tune of today's selections. This one does go by the name of Giddy Up. We've been talking about it a little bit, but run me through this tune. Like, how did it come together? What's the theming? Yeah, run me through it.
You know, this is just a good vibes tune, really. I put it out in lockdown, which is a bit of a paradox to like how good a mood and how jolly it is. But yeah, it's just good vibes.
Nice, man. Nice. So, like, how's the response been in general?
Yeah, really good, man. It's been played on Kiss Fresh, I think One Extra, or BBC, might be BBC Asian. Yeah, it's been good.
Awesome, man. That's what we like to hear. I mean, kind of with this, do you feel you're almost leveling up every time now with new singles? Because it looks like from the outside, every tune you're putting out is a level up on the previous, and the response is better every time. Like, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, man, definitely. I think it's well, hopefully it's obvious that I'm improving quite quickly. So yeah, man.
Definitely. No, it definitely is, and it's. I don't necessarily think it's even like from a musical perspective. It's from the whole kind of brand of what Chowerman is and what you represent, and like your sort of style and approach. It all comes together quite well, and it's. I definitely feel it's becoming more and more kind of notorious. At least online anyway. The more we see it, we're seeing a lot more of it. Right then, it's just gone at 43 minutes past 9 here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. This is Breakfast with KXVU. We're live on the line with man like Chowerman. He's on the line. We're going to be getting into the second half of the conversation in just a second. For now, though, we're going to get into this one. It goes by the name of Giddy Up. Keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. It's breakfast. Right then, friends, we're back inside the building. How are we doing this morning? This is Breakfast with KXVU, and we are joined on the line by a man like Chowerman. He's in the building. How are you doing, sir?
Very good, sir. Very good.
That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. It's good to catch up with you. Obviously, looking forward is what we're going to be doing next. I want to kind of look through what the plans are for the rest of 2020. Because obviously you've mentioned a few singles that you've got on the way. Do you want to elaborate a bit more on the sort of plan and how you put the plan together?
Yeah, man. Next month, I've got a tune called Like My Bud coming out with a big visual, actually. I think it might be my biggest one yet. That'll be sick. In fact, the visual for that, some guy I went to uni with who's been doing like camera work for ITV just randomly hollered me like a couple months ago saying, do you need a music video? And yeah, man, he seems to be doing a smashing job. So that'll be good. And then, yeah, probably just monthly singles for the rest of the year, man.
Awesome,
trying to get as many visuals as possible.
That's what I like to hear, man. I like to hear, and I feel with yourself, as you said before, you definitely are someone that kind of, I feel you get a buzz off your kind of your own work rate. Like, I feel you're someone who enjoys being quite busy with this musical stuff.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I mean, yeah. I think I definitely do.
Yeah, there we go. But I mean, kind of with that then, where do you think that kind of need to stay busy kind of comes from? Is it something that's been super apparent since the day you started doing music, or is it something you're like in your life in general?
To be honest, I feel like with music, I've like had a bit of catching up to do because I started quite late. I only started doing it maybe like 3-4 years ago max, which, you know, is something that I don't know, I've not been doing it that long, so I feel like I'm constantly playing catch-ups. If I'm not active, then, yeah, I'm just wasting time.
Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I really feel that. And I think it's a great attitude to have in the way you kind of put yourself out there. So obviously, you've got that new single on the way, and it's going to have a big visual. Like, how important to you, we've spoken quite briefly about visuals, but how important to you are those kind of standout-looking videos when you can get them?
Oh, so important, just in making you like stand out, really. Yeah, because we're in a world where you need a visual, really, with your tune, and there's a lot of videos I think that look the same that are kind of boring. So like a tune will come out on a Friday and a video will come out the next Tuesday, and like sometimes I'll watch a 15-second clip on Twitter and be like, okay, that's the visual, cool. Whereas like I want my visuals to actually you want to watch the whole thing like multiple times. So, yeah, it's good for engaging the listener, man.
Definitely, man. I completely agree. And it's been awesome to kind of see that progress with you. Like, obviously, you're someone who, as you said, you've only been involved in this involved with the more sort of vocal side of things for about 2 years now, and you seem to have shot up to a level of you're pretty like recognised now for the stuff you do and the kind of music you make. Like, what's the sort of long-term plan then? Like, what's the sort of big future goal?
To be honest, I just want to go as far as I possibly can with music, innit? I think I've got a little bit. I think I've got some in, so I just want to keep working hard, keep putting out the releases, moving correctly, and hopefully something big will happen. Definitely,
man. I can see it happening. I can see it happening from now. You know what I mean? It's not as if it's like an alien concept with what you're doing for it to not pay off. And I think it's sick to see. Like with lockdown kind of coming to an end then. With that, like, do you think you're likely to kind of change up your kind of approach to things, or do you reckon you're going to carry on with this kind of regularity of building new tunes and obviously putting new music out there? Do you think that the end of lockdown will put a bit of a stump on that?
No, man, I'm just going to carry on as I am. Try and, like, obviously it'll be easier to promote tunes, hopefully, with the face-to-face aspect. I can do interviews, I can do sets to promote my tunes. But yeah, man, just carrying on the same. We've all got the internet, innit? The internet's not been down over lockdown, so...
There we go. No, I completely agree, man. I think it is very important to kind of have that attitude of wanting to carry on and wanting to make sure you are putting as much stuff out there as possible. It's the consistency level, which is something that is so important in today's sort of scene. Kind of with that then, just to kind of move towards the end of the conversation, we've got about 3 minutes left on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into a track called Amy. Now, talk to me about this one, because this is a tune that's got stuck in my head since the first day I heard it. It's just been on loop, on and in my head, around and around and around. Like, how do you come up with these kind of super catchy hooks?
You know what? I actually don't know. I've had a couple people ask me that, and I don't know. It just kind of, I played a beat, and 10 minutes later, I've got a hook, or like got a little kind of like melody for the hook. So like, it's just more. it's more when I hear the right beat. Like I could listen to 100 beats and nothing will come to me, but this one beat on the Amy, the Amy instrumental, big up Mr. K and Rafter, that just came to me. So
that's one that just kind of hit home instantaneously.
Yeah, man. So I just had the chorus within 10 minutes and then just had to write verses, and there we go.
Awesome, man. I mean, kind of with that then, just before we do finish up, because I want to get as much info out of you as you can while you're here. Like, how do you go about kind of choosing the beats you work with them? Do you go specifically to producers, or do you get kind of sent beat packs? Like, what's your kind of method for selecting?
Both, man. To be honest, if I hit any rhythm that I like, I'll just hit them up on socials, say, yo, I like this rhythm, send me a batch, please. And more time, they'll send me something. To be honest, I have more luck finding my own beats on YouTube, like, rather than people sending me stuff. So, like, yeah, if I just vibe, I'll know within like 30 seconds whether I vibe with a beat. And yeah, if the hook comes to me straight away, like it did with this one, then that's a good sign.
There we go. No, I completely agree, man. That kind of instantaneous connection is kind of it's something that's quite I feel it's underrated in music in regards to how much that instantaneous kind of click can mean to the process of making a banger. So there we go. We've nearly run out of time. We're going to get into Amy now in just a second. Before we do that though, what is the best social media tag for people to get hold of you on, and what platform specifically would you recommend?
Chowerman everywhere. Chowerman, Instagram, and Twitter. Probably the main two that I'm on.
There we go. Good stuff, friend. Right, we're going to finish up here then. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. It's always good to catch up with you.
Yeah, nice one, man.
Always good to catch up. Always good to catch up. We're going to get into this one now then, and then we're going to round off the show in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. We are live on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. And remember, you can check out all of these interviews via the Breakfast with KXVU podcast, which is available on Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Music, as well as the YouTube channel CubCamTV.